Welcome to Calculus 1. I'm your instructor, Mark Corbeil. This is a Lone Star College course, Campus North Harris. The section is Math 2413, 1501, 1502, and also section Math 2413, 1503, 1504. The course is scheduled to run August 28th through December 17th, although your final exam will be occurring on December 13th. My contact information is mark.j.corbeil@lonestar.edu. It's right there on the syllabus. The number one way to contact me is by email. Response is about 24 hours for email. Main way that we are going to communicate through the course is going to be either through that email or through WebEx, where we can do video links and we can do live help, live instruction, and live teaching. In the syllabus, it covers 4 semester hours, the college level. Prerequisite is pre-calculus at the Lone Star College. That's Math 2412. This is a very critical prerequisite. It's not a choice. So if you don't have the pre-calculus prerequisite, you really do need to contact me, because there's going to be issues. You're going to have trouble keeping up with some of the course. The modality is online via D2L. That in the D2L section, you're going to be able to see, got it here, pop it up. The D2L is going to look like this. You're going to have your course content here in D2L. It's going to be down the left side. Table of contents, videos, calculus videos, just everything is there in that part. As for material, everything else, that'll be through there. Your grades are also going to be in D2L, so you'll see your grades and they'll be set up that way. The textbook is going to be using WebAssign Access of Calculus 12th edition, Larson and Edwards, which is a Cengage product. The best way of getting this is to go to WebAssign directly. There's a link right here, and use the class key. You absolutely need to use the class key, and you're not going to see my course. When you do that, I strongly suggest you purchase it directly from WebAssign through Cengage. It's running at about $111 right now. You can also get the multi-semester version of it, which is also suggested, or the multi-copy version of it, which might help you out if you're going to use it for Cal 2 and Cal 3. So that's kind of up to you. You can see the different versions. You can also buy it through the campus, through the bookstore. That can be actually a little longer. It's not direct, and I don't know what the price is there. You probably will need a calculator. I recommend just a regular graphing calculator, something like a TI-84 Plus or CE or something like that. It's going to be helpful for some of the graphing and stuff. I expect you to have a calculator that is scientific, that has trig. You don't have to have the graphing feature, but it's helpful. You cannot use a computer algebra system calculator, so you can't use a TI-89 or 92 or an HP or Casio computer algebra calculator, and you do need to use a calculator. You can't use any kind of web page or online calculator during the assessments. Let's see. The purpose of the course is to teach Calculus 1, derivatives and integration. It's a pretty standard course. The course hasn't been changed for a couple hundred years. Calculus is calculus, so since the 1700s, it's been pretty well a similar course. It's all going to be about limits, continuity, derivatives, algebraic, trig, natural exponents, logarithm functions. So there's all that's going to be there. My expectation is that you're very strong in trig and algebra. We're going to be moving pretty fast with solving equations, working for zeros. So if you have any weaknesses there, this would be a good time to start practicing and getting up to speed. We're going to do a lot of curve sketching, optimization, related rates, a little bit of physics, mechanics. We're going to do integral calculus, Riemann sums, fundamental theorem of calculus, and the area between curves. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this course. Of course, this is a precursor to Cal 2 and some other courses, so you really want to try to do your best in the first calculus course because it's going to make the other calculus courses that much easier. The details and the course outcomes are here in point 8. You can look at those. The calendar is pretty clear about what we're going to do in September. We're going to work mostly in Chapter 1 and 2, October 3, towards November Chapter 4 and 5, and then a little bit of Chapter 7 in December. You can see the dates of our assessments. These are assessments that you're going to find online in WebAssign. So when I pull up WebAssign from a student point of view, I've got it here, just hang on. So you'll see it here, you'll see your assignments, that sort of thing. That will populate tomorrow. Today is Sunday, so it'll populate tomorrow. Or Monday actually on the 28th, and you'll see everything in there in WebAssign. Those dates will pop up. You can work early and move forward quickly, but you cannot miss due dates. If you get behind on due dates, you're going to miss the points, and there's no makeups. There's no makeups for the online tests that happen in WebAssign, and there's also no makeup for the 2 paper assignments that are going to be through the semester. We'll talk about those in a minute. The evaluation is pretty clear. 20% homework, which is all the WebAssign homework assignments, will be the mean average of those. We're going to have 4 tests in the course, 55% of your final grade. It'll be the best 3 out of the 4 tests, counts for 55%, so I dropped the lowest grade. I'll probably drop a couple of the homework, lowest homework questions as well. All tests, all homeworks, all finals, everything needs to be done by the due date. Test 1, 3, and 4 will be done through WebAssign. So those will be kind of stuff that you can do online. Test 2 and the final exam are paper-based kinds of assessments. So how that works is on the day of the assessment, or earlier if you want, you can email me for the assessment on the day of the assessments on the regular date. I'll send the assessments to everybody by email using your student email. You print out the assessment, you write out and complete the assessment on paper, you answer the questions longhand, show me all the work, that sort of thing. You scan the assessment into a single PDF file, no photos at all. Only a single PDF file will be accepted, and you reply to the email with the assessment attached. Don't send me multiple files, don't send me multiple photos, it just has to be one PDF file. And this has to be completed on or before the due date. The final exam is going to be the same kind of thing. It's going to take place on, I think that's a Wednesday, December 3rd. I'll have to correct that. Let's see, look that up. December 3rd. Well, I'll fix that later. Anyways, but it is December 13th, sorry, is your final exam is going to be due. Can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday. The final exam is a cumulative exam. It's going to cover all the material of all the tests. So it'll start from the beginning of the course to the end of the course. It's worth 25% of the final grade. It also has to be printed out. It has to be written on. You scan it back and you get it back to me before the due date. The final exam will be live for 24 hours. So on the 13th, you can do the exam and complete it and get it back to me. So you kind of have to plan that ahead of time if you've got problems about scanning it. I strongly suggest the scanner. There's phone scanners for PDFs, that sort of thing. Adobe Scanner for the phone works really well. You can use that kind of device. Make sure you scan it at regular size so it's legible. Don't scan it smaller or half page or something like that. That's untenable. I can't correct it like that. You got to achieve a minimum of 50% on the final exam to get an A, B, or C grade. Otherwise, the grade will be awarded will be D or F. There's no makeup exam, there's no makeup test, there's no makeup homeworks after the due dates. Course withdrawal, it's responsibility of you to drop the class to get a W if you desire. The last day to withdraw is November 13th for this semester with a W. Now you can withdraw, I believe, after that, but you don't get a W, you get an incomplete, or sorry, the only way to withdraw with a W is to withdraw before November 13th. Otherwise, you're going to get a grade. Remember the drop statement. We have the 6-drop course rule, limit of 6 courses that can transfer. Otherwise, the course will transfer up. So you want to be careful not to go past that 6-drop rule. Other policies you can see, we've got the FERPA policy, Title IX, academic integrity, academic appeals. All of those policies, you can scan this thing and jump to the syllabus policy pages for Lone Star College, and you can read them there. The math syllabus information, so the dean and math chairs, contact numbers are actually here on the syllabus. You can also see all our other policy links and department information, math videos, that sort of thing. One thing that just we need to go over with the way that we do the examinations and the assessments is currently we do have a proctor system. It's available to us. I don't usually work with it directly, but it's an availability. So I expect you to do assessments, to make sure you don't go online, to do the assessments as if you're in a test. So you only use the paper, whatever I provide on the paper. If there's formulas, I'll provide them in the test, whatever. But you only get what's on the test. And you don't look stuff up online, you don't look stuff on your phone. That's just academic integrity, but that's going to be on you. If I find that there's an issue class-wide about academic integrity, I will turn to our proctoring system and I will force a proctoring of exams. The problem with proctoring is that it's going to force a time of the exam. So it's going to take away the flexibility of the time. So if I use the proctoring system, it will be within a day and a time. It won't be as flexible as the way I've got it right now. So please follow that academic integrity. Be honest to yourself about what you're doing academically, and I think everything will work fine. If you have any questions, please email me, contact me. The way we do for support for this class is I provide live instructor support as needed. Anytime you need some help, email me, we'll make an appointment, and we can set that up. Often I will post in D2L or send an email that I will be available a certain evening. Usually I'll just open my WebEx and you can jump in, but I've got quite a bit of availability, so you should be able to see that quite well. Other than that, good luck in the course. I hope it works out really smoothly for you, and don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you very much. Have a great semester.